my name is Liz and you are watching For Booking Out Loud. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I have been doing a lot of thinking actually on the kind of books I read, when, how, where, and this is kind of an experiment actually, because this has led me to think about the kind of books I read for kind of times in my life. And I've kind of settled on 3 distinct types of books I read, and 3 distinct times I read them for. So they have ended up being reading to learn, reading for fun, and reading to relax. And you might be thinking to yourself, Liz, those distinctions are a little bit easy and or a little too similar. So for example, reading to learn, just nonfiction, point blank, done, easy, check. Wait for it. Or Liz, reading to relax and reading for fun, aren't they the same thing? Again, wait for it. Or even Liz, isn't all reading for fun? Yes, but. Or even yes, and. Wait for it. So, I'm going to take you on a journey, and again, this is an experiment, so stay with me. I think it's going to be a different experiment for each reader. Again, my philosophy, reading is very, very personal and very different for everyone. And this is just going to be my experiment and my journey. If you enjoy this at all, I highly, highly suggest you take this and make it your own. And I really, really encourage you to. I really enjoyed this, and I really thought it taught me a lot about myself as a reader. And it actually took me way too long to do this, partly because I was having way too much fun, and partly because I'm a nerd. I like this kind of thing. But let's just get into it. So I think about these 3 things as their own distinct options with their own categories, right? And honestly, I think of them as like a Venn diagram, and I'm hoping future Liz will have some type of graphic over here to help you see inside my mind. So we'll see. So first of all, you have to learn, which is, okay, you can have the option of like, it's for education, it's kind of forced on you when you're in school, or you want to learn about something, you're curious about something, and you try to dig deeper on whatever that subject is. And then you have for fun. Stay with me. Maybe you're ready to dive into a complicated book and you're completely invested into it, but like it needs all of your mind to dive into that, right? You need to spend your time with these books. You can't just zone out, but you're having fun doing it. You're enjoying yourself. It might not be relaxing because it might have 20,000 different characters. You know those books, right? But whether you're talking with others about it, whether you're just invested into those plots or those characters, you're into it. Right? Those are those fun books. And then you have those books that are just for relaxation, right? You can open it, you can kind of zone out, and like you could take or leave the characters, but you're still enjoying yourself. It's to like mindlessly read because you just enjoy reading. You enjoy the literary adventure, if you will, right? Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit crazy, right? This is where the fun part starts happening, and this is where I spent way too much time and way too much energy for this video, but I really encourage you all to kind of dive into this. I've taken a lot of the genres that I've previously read and enjoy reading and tried to place them in all these different well, not all these different, but into these 3 categories: for fun, to relax, and to learn. And just kind of tried to pick and choose. And let me tell you, it was not as easy as you might think. So again, I highly suggest you do this. And let's just go in and start with the easy one. To learn, clearly we have nonfiction. I choose my nonfiction books to learn something, and I enjoy doing that. So it's one of my go-to genres, and I clearly learned something about it. Now, let's just hop on over to relax. And I think some of these are quite easy for me to place as well. I think middle grades are great books to pick to relax. I don't need a lot of mental energy to pick them. And let me just preference this as I say this. That's not to say middle grades or any of these genres have their outliers. There's certainly books that don't miss this. Genres are very reaching categories, and all of these books have all different genres within them. And I'm definitely not hitting all the genres either. But overall, generally speaking, middle grades are books I pick up for to relax. And then in saying that as well, YA romance, I generally pick up to relax. Not a lot of mental things going on there. You usually have an X character and a Y character. They get together. That's usually what happens. And then you get for fun. I look at these like you really need a lot of brain power, but you should be able to enjoy them. And if you're not enjoying them, I need to be better at this, but you should DNF them. And this is my epic fantasy stuff. A lot of plot lines, a lot of characters, if you know what I mean. You got some contemporary fiction. You don't know what you're going to get when you pick up a contemporary fiction, in my opinion. And a lot of mental power can go into some of those contemporary fictions. So I just placed that guy right there. And then science fiction. A lot of science fiction for me, I need my mental focus, but I can enjoy them a lot. And this is where the rest of these genres can get a little bit more dicey, because I think they can go in multiple categories, and that's why I have this Venn diagram here. So for example, historical fiction. I think you can learn a lot from well done historical fictions, but I also think they can be for fun, and they can also be very mentally stimulating. So for that, I put them between to learn and for fun. And oftentimes I pick them up because I do enjoy them a lot. All right, and then I have YA mysteries, and I think some YA mysteries you really need to get down, and I also really try to solve any mystery. So this could just be mystery too. So YA mysteries and regular adult mysteries, I think they could be for fun and also to relax, because sometimes the mystery just keeps going and you just want to finish it. So that's going to be between fun and between to relax. And this can also say the same for adult romance. They're for fun, and sometimes you need some mental energy and sometimes you don't. So it really goes back and forth between to relax and then for fun. So that's why I just put that in that middle category. And then last but not least, that horror thriller category. I'm just going to combine the two to make it easy. Again, they're not the same. This is a general list. Genres can get really dicey. But I think they can be for fun and also to relax. I know I'm weird. Horror to relax. If you have not seen a previous video of mine, you're missing out. I read some crazy books and I enjoy a lot of them. But to relax and also for fun, just because it's a very mentally stimulating genre in my case. And then last but not least, I had the dystopian genre. One of my all-time favorite genres. I love me a dystopian. Not only do I learn things about humanity, the earth, and everything in it, especially if it's done well, because depending on how the world ended, I can learn about climate change, nuclear power, some type of superpower, and yes, I will go into that. But I can also be very stimulated because you gotta learn the new world. So for fun, characters, world building, powers, depending on the dystopian. And then of course, I'm weird. Dystopian, for some reason, relaxes me because I know out there someone has written a world that is worse off than the one I'm currently living in, no matter what's going on in my life. So it relaxes me. So there you go. That is my weird thinking about my reading and kind of how I pick my genres when I go to pick my future books. And it was a really fun experiment. So we'll see how you all like it. And I really, again, encourage you to do this because it was just a fun thing. Again, I'm hoping future Liz will do something with graphics so you can see inside my weird head. And I'm really hoping you enjoyed this somehow, some way. But if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and then leave me a comment below. Did you like this kind of video? Did you not? Let me know your thoughts. But I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.